The American Psychological Association, also known as the APA, puts forth one of the most widely used citation styles today. The APA is in the 7th edition of their publication manual, so you may hear or see the term APA 7 in regard to the most recent edition of their style manual. APA style is used frequently for research papers in the social sciences and psychology, but any professor may require use of APA format for any papers. Anytime you directly quote anyone else or paraphrase anyone else's idea, you need to cite them in the body of your paper and in your references at the end of your paper. Not citing the works or ideas of others constitutes plagiarism, even if you didn't mean to. And Columbus State considers plagiarism academic dishonesty, so here's a friendly reminder to cite your sources. One of the APA's quirks, if you will, is the use of title case and sentence case. So what is title case and sentence case, you may ask? Title case is where you use mostly capitalized first letters in a reference, like you typically see in a book title. And sentence case is where you rarely capitalize first letters, like you would see in any given sentence. The main thing to remember is that title case is used when you're writing in text, and sentence case is used in your reference list entries. Let's go through a couple examples of each to help you gain a better understanding. Title case is when you capitalize the first word in a title or heading, the first word in a subtitle, the first word after a colon, dash, or end punctuation in a heading, major words, words with at least 4 letters, and major words including the second part of hyphenated words, e.g. self-report. That means you lowercase only short conjunctions, e.g. but, for, and, articles, a, an, and the, and short prepositions like at, by, and of. However, if any of the short words are the first word in a title or subtitle, or the first word after a colon, dash, or end punctuation in a heading, then they should be capitalized. Title case is used for the titles of articles, books, reports, and other works appearing in text, titles of tests or measures, including subscales, all headings within a work, levels 1 through 5, these are also bold or bold italic, the title of your own paper and of named sections and subsections within it, titles of periodicals, these are also italicized, table titles, these are also italicized, and figure titles, which are also italicized, axis labels, and legends. Here are some examples of in-text citation using title case. You can see that most words begin with uppercase letters. Okay, now that you have a better grasp on title case and what it looks like, I'm going to switch gears and talk about sentence case in more detail. Sentence case is used in titles of articles, books, reports, web pages, and other works in reference list entries, even if title case was used in the original work. In sentence case, most major and minor words are lowercase, except proper nouns, which are always capitalized. More specifically, only capitalize the first word in a title or heading, the first word of a subtitle, the first word after a colon, dash, or end punctuation in a heading, nouns followed by numerals or letters, and, as mentioned earlier, proper nouns. Sentence case is used for the titles of articles, books, reports, web pages, and other works in reference list entries, table column headings, entries and notes, and figure notes. Now let's look at a couple of examples of references using sentence case. You can see that most words begin with a lowercase letter, and only the few exceptions I mentioned earlier have words that begin with an uppercase letter. Well, that sums up title and sentence case and how they should be used in APA 7. If you have any citation questions, please feel free to call the library at 614-287-2460, email the library at refdesk@cscc.edu, or do a chat in real time with a reference librarian from the library homepage at library.cscc.edu.